I've always wanted to get into making concealment furniture, stash furniture, furniture with hidden compartments where you can hide stuff. But right now, I don't need any more dressers or coffee tables. My house is full. And then I remembered I got a dresser like this from Goodwill last summer. And today I'm going to show you how I modified this drawer with the most simple tools and materials and gave it a false bottom. I went to the hardware store and I got a 1/2 inch square piece of poplar. Cost me a couple bucks. A small round dowel. The smaller the better. The smaller in diameter. Length doesn't matter. We're going to cut it to size anyways. Some super glue. And a saw. Now we're also going to use a circular saw too. But before I get ahead of myself, let's take this drawer that we're going to modify over to the workbench. Take a look at it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we're also going to need some 1/4 inch plywood. Now the first thing you're going to notice is look at the bottom of this drawer. The color and grain of this wood in the drawer does not match the wood that I bought. You want to buy plywood that is as close a match as you can get. Now, is this a problem? Yes. Is it the end of the world? No. Why not? Think about it. When was the last time you had 2 drawers open at the same time that were completely empty? The odds that somebody's going to notice the bottom of 2 drawers, very slim. You also don't want to make your false bottoms too deep. If you make your false bottoms 2 or 3 inches deep, it's going to be really obvious when you open the drawer and you only have 1 inch of space for storage. That's why I went with 1/2 inch thick stock. This is going to be the depth of your false bottom. You can store a lot of money, IDs, wallet, whatever you want to hide. You can fit a lot of it underneath here. To get started, the first thing we're going to do is grab a drill and a drill bit that is just a little bigger in diameter than the dowel rod you bought. So this is the bottom of my drawer. You can see I have a wooden slide here, so I don't want to drill a hole through there. This is the back of the drawer, and this is the front. In my case, there's only triangular support pieces in the back. So I'm free to drill holes in the corners, and that'll be a good place to index where the hole position is. That way in the future, you open the drawer, and you know your hole is in one of these corners, and you're going to open the false bottom with the dowel. So I think I'm going to put my hole somewhere in this corner. And it's going to make sense here in a minute because we're going to put our square support pieces in these corners and in the middle. Now you don't want to drill in through this side because it's going to splinter out the other way. So we're going to drill from the other side and have our drill bit come out this way. Nothing too special here. You just want to make sure the drill bit you're using is a little larger in diameter than the dowel you're going to use. Because the hole we create with the drill is going to be our access hole for the dowel. We're going to use the dowel to poke the false bottom up and open. That was pretty easy. This is some thin, cheap wood. Next, we're going to grab our square wood stock and a handsaw. We're going to cut about 5 3-inch segments of this. And we're going to use our super glue. And we're going to glue those 5 pieces, 1 in each corner and 1 in the middle. At this point, we can set our drawer to the side, grab our square stock and a handsaw. We're going to cut 5 pieces, doesn't matter how long, 2, 3, 4 inches long. Ta-da! This saw's got some miles on it. It's pretty dull. Now that we got our 5 pieces cut, set them to the side for a second. Go back to the drawer. All right, so what I'm going to do is apply a little bit of super glue to two sides of the corner pieces. And I'm going to install them in the same direction as the box to help add a little more support for the false bottom. Last thing you want is the bottom to sag. Sorry about that, my phone froze. Not sure exactly how much we got there. To install the corner pieces, we're going to put a little bit of super glue on two sides. And this stuff I'm spraying in the corner is activator. It just helps the super glue dry faster, so I can keep working. These drawers are mass-produced and cheaply made, so the odds of these corners being perfectly square are slim to none. So what I like to do is measure the insides of all four, and then we're going to cut a piece to that shape and size. We're going to leave it slightly oversized and trim off little bits until it fits perfectly inside. You don't have to have one of these. All you really need is a circular saw and a straight edge. But I did my fair share of time with a circular saw and a straight edge. And those days are gone. I got it spun around. Now it's got just a little bit too much on one length. I think I'm going to take a hair off this side. It does stick a little bit, but you'd rather it be sticky than have big gaps, so. Ta-da! So we got a nice friction fit here. So it's not like it's not going to fall out, which is what you want. And to open it, poke your dowel in this hole. Ta-da! Now you just watch me give this completely stock dresser drawer a hidden compartment by making a false bottom out of some pretty simple materials. Get up and do it yourself.